Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia chapter 233. So first off, we pretty much get a jump notice at the end of the chapter that Hero Aka is going on break next week, which I'm hoping right now that the reason why it's going on break isn't because of a major reason or something terrible or something bad has happened to Horikoshi, but at the same time, Black Clover was definitely delayed this week because apparently, from the way I read it, that from Tabata he might have had medical issues. It wasn't really clear, but apparently, so far from what we've heard, that was the reason as to why Black Clover was delayed is that Tabata had medical issues or something. But so I just hope that in terms of that, in terms of My Hero Aka going on break, I hope it isn't the same reason. I hope he just. I hope with Horikoshi, he's just taking the time and taking a small rest or a small rest. I hope he's still okay health wise, because but either way, I hope Horikoshi's all right and that nothing bad has happened to him. Um. Now, getting into the chapter itself, we basically see Tomoyasu has grown stark, craven mad to complete his mission of capturing twice, and while Tomoyasu has the more visible case of this, I feel that the whole thing of desperation in order to eliminate the League of Villains was definitely a recurring theme throughout this chapter. Is there are many moments, especially at the end, where it feels like we've reached a point where things have gotten so wrong for the Liberation Army that they're just throwing everything at the League now. And of course, it's just like both sides are just kind of desperate in order to take the other out at this point. Um, and of course, I can't go this chapter without talking about Spinner, which, not only do I really like how his development was handled in this chapter, but I also really like how it essentially went exactly how I wanted it to go. Like with this chapter and with Spinner, we see that yes, it was revealed that Spinner has a quirk, but it's an ability that really doesn't change a thing about who the character himself is. In fact, if anything, the reveal of his quirk didn't matter because at this point, Spinner has not only accepted the hand he's been dealt, but at this point he's compensated for his lack of the lack of his quirk strength, by just being true to himself and his desire to live in a world where the term hero won't be defined by your quirk, but rather the person you are, along with your willingness to support and help those who need it, even if they don't ask for it. And I think at this point it goes without saying that Spinner has proven himself time and again. He's got the traits of a true hero, but again, the only thing that's kind of separating him is from the rest is society's outlook on him. And like I said, he's proven time and again he's proven time and again that Spinner himself, he really doesn't need a quirk. He has one, but it's the kind of quirk where it doesn't, where he's basically he already has enough skill. He already has enough skill. He has already enough natural skill in terms of fighting in order to prove that, in order to say that, Spinner is one of those who doesn't really even need a quirk at this point in his life in order to do good. He's just who he is because he's got this kind of natural talent of fighting. And Spinner is just a case where with a little dedication you can pretty much be anything or anyone you want to be. And so the chapter also gives us a reveal of what Hanabata's quirk does. And if it wasn't for the difference in their names, I'd swear up and down that Hanabata and Shinzo are related in some way. I mean, maybe they are, but it's actually, maybe they are, but it's just one of those things where it's kind of scary how similar Hanabata's rally quirk is to Shinzo's brainwashing quirk, with the only difference being in how many people are affected. Now, whether or not the two characters are related or not, though, I'll leave that up to Horikoshi on that one. One thing I will definitely say, however, is that this chapter made me realize that if Shinzo were to ever increase his range and how many people he could control with his brainwashing at one time, he could honestly be the perfect counter to someone like Hanabata. Like, for instance, okay, let's just say, for instance, that we put Shinzo in the place of in the place of Spinner here for a second, with pretty much his with Shinzo's quirk. If he had the exact same range that Hanabata has, then Shinzo could pretty much tell them could tell them in an instant, okay, stop now. Like, he could, if Shinzo was there, he could I think he could almost stop them in an instant. But I mean, I think the only real question in this would of course be in this, like, hypothetical situation. However, it would be more just a question of whether or not Hanabata could of whether or not Hanabata could even, of whether or not Hanabata's quirk could pretty much be cancelled out by basically a quirk with similar powers. I don't know if that's actually the case, but it would make sense in this situation for Shinzo's quirk in order to be the like the perfect counter to Hanabata's quirk. Like, just, yeah, it kind of, it's one of those things where when you look at it, it's just like it kind of goes without saying that obviously this would obviously be just kind of the perfect way in order to stop his quirk, but other than knocking him out. But yeah, it's one of those, yeah. But in general, it's just kind of one of those things where I don't want, like, in the future, if Shinzo ever comes across someone like pretty much Hanabata, then yeah, it would be definitely an interesting matchup in order to see who would win, who would cancel each other out, kind of thing. And yeah, now the chapter ends, of course, with pretty much with the clone of Shigaraki and Re-Destro fighting, and yeah, the Re-Destro, he's pretty much turned into the Hulk at this point. So I will admit this, with seeing him, with seeing Re-Destro having turned into the Hulk. I essentially having turned into the Hulk. I will admit that this to me, it does give his powers a little more validity, but at the same time, I still stand by what I said last week, that his powers still just kind of seem a little like the kind you definitely see on you'd still see from basically a subordinate and not the leader of a whole organization or whatnot. But I will, again, the whole Hulk thing, it definitely does add a little more validity for sure, obviously. But yeah, it definitely got, but either way, it definitely got gruesome with that like final page of seeing the Shigaraki clone's hand just kind of snap off almost. Like, it's kind of nuts. Like, damn. Like, yeah, it's like one of those things where you're like, okay, damn, okay, okay, damn, you've got some power, you've got some skills. I'll admit that, Re-Destro. But yeah, this is gonna be one of those things where this is one of those things where, yeah, I think in order to defeat, but yeah, I think in order to truly defeat Re-Destro now, I think that they are obviously, they are gonna need help of the big guy of basically of Machia and Gigantomachia in order to be at least on somewhat of an even footing with Re-Destro now. And I will admit it, with this, it is kind of an interesting setup for sure in setting Re-Destro up as this big hulking hulking monster in order for Gigantomachia to fight. But yeah, I think it's also going to take more than Gigantomachia. Like I think it's going to take every single one of the League of Villains in order to fight someone like him. And luckily, fighting Gigantomachia, they of course definitely have they of course have training in dealing with big villains now. So yeah, there's that too. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Mr. Crunchyroll. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.